All right, Shalom. Allah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Much peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers from this work and truth and sincerity of heart. Shalom. This the brother Batak back again through the spirit with another lesson. And Lord willing, be edifying. Okay, as you can see before you have the word content. Now this is something that I was thinking about meditating upon through the script, through the spirit, about being content in the truth. So I just wanted to get a couple definitions for the word content and go into some scriptures that back up this point, and Lord willing is edifying. Okay, the word content, it means to rest, to be satisfied to. Now, that's the verb meaning for it, which means okay, the adjective content, which means literally held or contained within limits, having a desire limited to present enjoyments, having the desire limited to present enjoyments. Let's keep reading. Content, the state of mind which results from satisfied with present circumstances. So I got all the definitions now. I'm finna go into it. So basically whatever we have, whatever situation that we find ourselves in within this ministry, whatever state that we might be in, we might be, just example, not saying this is the case, this is just an example. You just might be, facing homelessness or whatever situation that you might be facing in this truth, because it varies with different brothers, because different brothers go different lots in different situations, so most brothers go through the same situations, whether it be whatever the case may be with your situation. You just have to learn how to be content, be satisfied with this position that you're in right now, you know what I'm saying? Because it could be a lot worse. Just be content, you know what I'm saying? Because we deserve way worse punishment than what we're receiving. So we understand that the Lord could have us worse than the situation that we're in. So we just have to learn how to be satisfied with it and accept it for what it is, because the Lord ain't gonna leave nor forsake his men. So we just have to keep that in mind. So let's get some scriptures that will actually make things more clear. This is the book of Philippians chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse 11. It says I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, "But I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me had flourished again, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lack opportunity. Now that I speak in respect of warrant, for I have learned in whatsoever state that I am, therewith to be content." So whatever state, whether you be, you might be suffering from, you might be living from paycheck to paycheck, but at least you're surviving. At least the Lord is giving you enough to get by, so to speak, man. Keep your head above water. We have to be contentious with the state that we're in this ministry, whatever state we might be in this ministry right now, and even more so when we find ourselves, most likely find ourselves in if we find ourselves in a concentration camp, or whatever state we find ourselves in while we're pushing this ministry, we have to be content. You know what I'm saying? We have to be patient, because we have to suffer in this society, and we understand that. And when you accept these things, it gets a lot easier, So Philippians 4:11, Numbers 4 and 12 says, "I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need." Now let's go. Let's look at that word abased. Okay, abase. Reduce in rank, diminish, make lower in value or status, lower oneself, literally bend low, lean down, bring lower. What the scriptures? What does that remind you? Lowest. Let's see. The book of Sirach, chapter 20, chapter 2, verse 4, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. That's what the scripture tells you to do. Whatever is brought upon us, we got to take it cheerfully. And this is going into, being contentious. It says, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Be patient when the Lord puts you up in a low estate. That basically saying be patient when you're abased, when you make lower in value or status, lower oneself. You know what I'm saying? Be patient. Cause to feel shame, hurt the pride of. So the Lord will bring you low sometimes, but the scripture says be patient when you are brought to a low estate, man. Oh, the scripture says humble yourself. Luke chapter 14 verse 11, it says, for whosoever exalted himself shall be abased. So if you exalt yourself, the Lord's going to break your pride, because that's what the word abase means. Cause to feel shame and hurt the pride of. So the Lord is going to humble you himself. For whosoever exalted himself shall be abased. The Lord will bring you down. And he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. So the Lord is the one that's going to exalt you. So we have to be contentious in whatever state that we find ourselves in. I was reading Tobit 4:19. I'm gonna get it real quick. Tobit 4:19, it says, bless the Lord thy power always, and desire of him that thy ways may be directed, and that all thy paths and counsels may prosper. For every nation hath not counsel, but the Lord himself giveth all good things, and he humbleth who he will, and as he will. Now therefore, my brethren, my son, remember my word, my commandments, neither let them be put out of thy mouth. So the Lord will humble you, man. That's why we have to remain humble in this truth. We have to remain humble. It's a scripture I'm thinking of. Matthew 18:4 says, whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So through the Spirit, that brought me to the word humble. Let's go to that word humble. So you know what? I meant to go to the word abound. Let's go to the word abound, because it said abound and it said abase. It says abound means to be in great plenty. To be in great plenty. To abound, to be abundant, come together in great numbers. Overflow, run over. From Latin, off, which means reside, rise, and waves. I'm kind of skimming through it. Okay, it says abundant, one who has plenty or is wealthy. So sometimes you'll come up on some money, man. Sometimes you be down on your luck. It's just, you just got to be content with whatever situation may be. Income tax come around, you might have a little extra money, or you might, you might find some money. Hey, whatever the case is, man, sometimes you'll be at a lower state, and then the Lord will send you a bone sometimes, man. And you're able to have a little extra money on your paycheck, or you work a little extra hours, you have a little extra money. Then you're able to abound, you basically increase. It says abound to abundant, be plentiful, exit in large quantities, be in a state of movement or action. So So sometimes we are in a lower state, but then sometimes you're in a state where the Lord can have you moving around. The Lord can have you in a better state, and you're able to provide more, be more charitable, and things like that. So we just, through the point being, man, you just got to be contentious to whatever situation you find yourself in. Let's go back to the book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 12 again. It says, I know both how to be abased, that means low, and to know how to be abound. It means, have a little more, you're able to move around and things like that. We got the definition on the screen right here. To overflow, to run over, you have a little extra ends. It says, everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, right? Because sometimes you be lacking, sometimes you don't have enough money to feed yourself, foods that's sustainable for you, so you have to resort to lower quality food just to make sure you get something to eat, man. Sometimes you can get what you want to eat, man. Sometimes you have to be hungry because you're a little low on money. Sometimes you have money and you're able to be full. So whatever state you might be in, just got to be content and and trust in Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Because the Lord ain't gonna suffer his elect to seek corruption. Oh wait, I got a precept too, because it's a perfect scripture going into what I'm going into. I'm finna pull it up. I don't have it on the screen. I'm pulling it up on my Bible. This is the book of Psalms chapter 37. Get to the point. It's like I gotta find the exact verse. This is verse 25. I'm gonna start at 23. It says, the steps of a good man are ordered by Yahweh, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for Yahweh upholdeth him with his hand. So an example of falling is being abased. The scripture says, be patient when you're changed to a lower state. Let's go to that word estate. Let's get that real quick, because I don't think I looked that up real quick. Okay, the word estate means rank, standing, condition. So let's continue reading. It says, Old French estate, which is state, position, condition, health, status, legal estate. So your estate can be your condition, your health, your mental condition, what I'm saying? Your mental state of mind, your state of mind. Because you got to have your mind in the right place, man. It says state or condition, position, place, social position of let's see what this word is. Astrocracy. If I'm saying that wrong, it says government by whom the government by those who are the best citizens. Government or rule of the best in aristocracy. Etros, best of its kind, noblest, bravest, most virtuous. Okay, it says social position of the aristocracy. Aristocracy. Salakia. I'm saying it wrong. Never seen that word before. Okay, that's a heavy word though. Government by those who are the best citizens. That's a heavy word. I'm gonna have to look some more into this word. Hence the meaning, the class of rogue nobles. A privileged class holding hereditary titles, the most powerful members of a society. And that's what we're gonna be in the next world. We're gonna be the governing body of this next world. We're going to be the best of its kind, noblest, the bravest, most virtuous. Abstract noun from kratos means rule or power. In early use, contrasted with monarchy. Now you know what monarchy means. Ruler of one, government of ones. Meaning rule by a privileged caste. Okay. It's a new word. You can add that to the aristocracy. Okay, so let's go back to estate. The word estate, property. No, that's not. Wrong context. Nope. So basically, we get the point. You get the point of what the word estate means. So whatever. Be patient when now changed to a low estate. Social position of the aristocracy. Okay, let's go back to the book of Psalms, chapter 37. Get to the point, verse 25. It says, I have been young and I am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, neither his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For Yahweh loveth judgment, and forsaken not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. So the scripture says, I have not seen the righteous begging bread, man. Begging bread. That means they're lacking. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shah is the one that protects his men and provides for his men, the elect. So we have to be patient when we change to a low state. Let's get it again. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. It says, My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make no haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mightest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So, whatever situation you find yourself in, or whatever condition, you got to be content and always give praises to Yahweh Shema Shah, whether you're in a good case or you're in a bad case, man. James 1 and 2, it says, My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So that's what we're here for. We're here to suffer. The scripture says through much suffering. Wait, let's get it real quick. Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in faith, that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of heaven. So we got to continue in faith in whatever situation you might be in, a good case or a bad case. We still got to continue to fight for Yahweh Shema Shah to the very last end, like the scripture says, strive for the truth unto death. So so Lord willing, man, you brothers. Oh, you know what? One more precept. Timothy 6 and 6. 1 Timothy 6 and 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. So we got to have godliness with contentment, which that word contentment, we already got that word, what it means. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we will carry nothing out. So, and having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and snare, and into many foolish, hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. So, like that said, like the scripture says, going back to verse 7, for we were brought nothing to this world, and it is certain we will carry nothing out. So we brought nothing to this world, we ain't gonna carry nothing out. So whatever case we may find us, what situation we find ourselves in, just be content in all things that concerns with our life, man, in this ministry. Our life in this ministry, for lack of better terms. So, Lord willing, You know, this lesson was edifying to, you know, whoever needed to hear this lesson. You know, the sheeps of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the sheeps and the lambs of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who will and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers who work in truth and sincerity. Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, Wa Ba Wa Abad Adawam. Shalom.